time on my ride. Oh, I'm balling, so I'm taking my time on my ride.
We're back. I'm Marshmallow. I don't know what the fuck that was, but I'm sitting here with Hitler. Say Heil Hitler.
Heil Hitler.
And we're drunk on a weeknight. Gentlemen, I'm kicking back with a fine koozie, drinking Stone Cold Miller Lite fresh from the cooler. What are you drinking tonight, Hitler?
So weird. I'm drinking Miller Lite, and that's
interesting.
It's a fine pilsner.
Twinsies.
Yes, sir. And it's brewed in Texas. First brewed in Fort Worth. It's Texas proud.
I know how you Germans are super fond of twins.
I do love twins, actually.
They're so cute and adorable.
Well, I mean, females.
Especially with hollandaise sauce. Moving on, gentlemen. We're ready to. It's fantasy season. We've already broken down the first couple of rounds, but we started talking. There's certainly a shit ton of players this year that I'm having a very difficult time ranking. Whether because of low floors and high ceilings, rookies, unknown situations, very, very odd.
God, take a breath. I think you just went like a minute and a half all on your own.
Check the tape, folks. So we're going to break down each individually our top 10 players. Hitler, did you get my memo earlier? Did you write down your top 10?
Well, let's specify for both of our listeners.
I know you Germans like your list some names.
Yes, we keep a good one.
Yes, you do.
So
impeccable.
I've got a top 10 list of names, and for you,
both
listeners,
these are the players that you feel the hardest to rank. These are the guys that you can't tell are what round,
while still being relevant.
Yes,
we should probably
understand exactly.
Clarify.
So Hitler, hit me with your number 10 player that's difficult to rank.
Lamar Miller.
I agree.
So I've got Lamar Miller as my 10th most difficult player to rank because I don't know if he's going to be the first or second best running back or if he's going to be number 15. And when you talk about taking a guy potentially, if you're getting a number 1 or number 2 running back, you need to take him early round 1, right? I don't know if he deserves to be taken there.
I cheated. I did not. Lamar Miller is not on my list because I knew you were going to have him on your list. But I do agree with you. I think a lot of leagues he's going as a first rounder, and I think that's way too high. But at the same time, I could easily see him as a top 5 guy maybe that next year. He's got so much upside. I think I personally have him way late, second, third round. Personally, I'm not going to own Lamar Miller in any league this year.
It's because you're a faggot.
If that is not the reason I'm a faggot. Number 9.
My number 9 guy is
because I suck dick.
Oh well, that'll usually do it for you. Matt Forte, actually.
Interesting.
Little known fact. I know Matt Forte missed some time last year. Did you know that Matt Forte finished a point behind a kicker last year?
Really?
He really did.
That is a good stat.
Gostkowski finished with one more point than Matt Forte.
That's interesting because I thought Matt Forte actually did pretty good last year until he got injured.
He did, actually. So Matt Forte was, I believe, still a top 20 back. And I'll double check real quick, but Matt Forte finished a point behind Steven Gostkowski, and he played, I believe he played 12 games.
And this year, you're older, new offense, new team, also has some threats for people taking carries away from him. I think it's kind of a three-headed beast there now. This is also a really good passing team, depending on if Ryan Fitzpatrick ever signs. With Decker and Marshall, that's going to be a very interesting offense with almost too many mouths to feed for anyone to be that special.
So I have a correction to make. Matt Forte finished as the number 9 overall running back.
Wow.
Still finished a point behind Steven Gostkowski.
Wow.
And let's see, he actually played in a shit ton of games. He didn't play one.
He missed 3 or 4 games.
He missed 3 games.
Yeah.
Correction, 4.
Yeah.
He missed 4 games.
And he still ended up as a number 1 running back. I loved Matt Forte last year. That's one of those few picks I got really right last year.
I always feel like he's really safe. But this year I just worry, just with
Yes,
that age, with a
and
new
because
team.
of that, because you think it's Matt Forte and he's super safe, but new team, threats to the carries, how many touchdowns can he possibly get? There's so much unknown there. It is very difficult to rank. Can he be another number one, or is he simply number two? I feel like I'm going to draft him. I'm going to have Matt Forte in a lot of leagues because I'm going to draft him as my number 2 running back, and he's going to end up as a number 1.
Can we go off the script here for a minute?
Do it.
I'm going to show you this headshot of Matt Forte that we've got here.
Okay.
And I can't decide if either Matt Forte is like a super successful black businessman or if he is like if he's a member of a black supremacy group.
Okay. Shoot.
So give me
Here
your thought on that. Look at that smile. That's kind of a wicked, but also it's a pleasant smile. He's a handsome man.
It looks like Ulysses Stone, sales rep for a very popular pharmaceutical company. Be like, yo, what's up, dog? You want some of this fucking good shit? I'll fucking heal you right up.
That wouldn't have been the direction I would have gone with successful businessman. But we've gone through my number 10 and 9.
I cheated.
You always do.
It was completely my idea to do a top 10 list, but
was.
I have a tie at number 10.
You're so stupid.
Number 10A, Kelvin Benjamin.
Ugh.
Very good in 2014.
Good.
Hurt 2015, and now here he comes back to the Super Bowl team, Carolina Panthers, ostensibly as the number 1 wide receiver for Cam Newton, who is projected as the number 1 wide receiver. Is he going to step back up and be a number 1 wide receiver? Or was it kind of a flash in the pan fluke? What's his injury concerns? How good can that offense really be? Blah, 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 blah. Man, if Ted Ginn Jr. can get points on that team, certainly Kelvin Benjamin can. Very difficult to rank. Again, it's very hard for me to see him as a number 1, but man, I could definitely see the possibility if he end up as the fucking 7th best wide receiver next year. I'm having a very difficult time ranking him.
Yeah, I actually, he's not on my list, surprisingly, but you bring up some great points. I think there's just too much unknown to put him possibly where he belongs. I mean, he's got the physical tools. He's got the right kind of quarterback in a decent system.
He's going in the 4th round as the 18th wide receiver.
But a guy who's got
man, I can't. It's hard for me not to rank him that much higher. But at the same time, I can't imagine him going lower than that. That almost seems right to me because you're splitting the difference.
Yeah, but
he's gonna end up as the 12th or the 24th.
That's not necessarily my point. I would probably have maybe more of an extreme than that. I think either he's gonna go like late round 2 or early round 6.
Yeah.
And those are his value points. Because I'm not going to be the guy in the middle.
He's a guy I'm going to be paying attention to in my draft, and if he falls, I am snatching him up.
Yeah, no, that's exactly the same for me.
But I'm also personally not going to take him very high.
Right, I'm not going to take a huge risk on him, but someone else will.
I can see some. Yeah.
Right. So
my 10B.
Yeah, which is stupid by the way.
Amir Abdullah.
Why are you wasting our time?
He was the poster child for hype last year.
Yes, he was.
Failed.
Yes, he was.
New offense, gonna get the rock in, and he was amazing. What can he do now?
Don't say second half, more like the last 4 games.
It was the second half. No, he actually did very well. He had a lot. Well, I mean, if you want to use yards per carry as a healthy mark, he had like 5 yards per carry there at the end. But
it's great when you have 4 carries.
He's also fumbling, didn't get any touchdowns, and he's got a shit ton of competition now between Stephen Ridley, Theo Riddick, and Zenner. No Calvin Johnson. How many touchdowns is he going to get? Is he going to get 3rd down work? I can see a lot of people hating him from last year, and everyone who didn't own him is going to want him to own him this year, thinking this will be the year he breaks out. Very difficult to rank.
Yeah, well, thanks for bringing that to the table. No,
that's a quality analysis there, Hitler.
No, I actually had Abdullah on one of my teams last year, and I held out hope for a long time. I actually have him.
But that's my point. It's that attitude that's going to make him fall on drafts. Right, I feel like you're going to have a lot of value.
But no, I actually.
But where do you pull the trigger?
I think for me, I've got I'm not going to own him because I'm not going to be willing to pull.
He's on your hate list. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm just going to have to bump
and it's
him.
players like that you can get so much value from.
Yeah, exactly. So, but those players that you can get value from, they also will inevitably be overdrafted by someone else in your league. You will never get the value from those guys because they'll be gone.
Number 9.
Cheater.
Amen. I don't understand these black mothers naming their baby Kidge Anderson. I don't know how. What is that? Is that Swahili?
I'm guessing you mean CJ.
C.J. Anderson?
Yeah.
That's also dumb. But C.J. Anderson is my number 9.
Okay.
Probably the number 1 most hated player from last year.
Yes.
He was a first round, surefire, can't miss running back and shat the bed.
I could have told you that.
I don't know.
I actually think I did tell you
and I was also off of him last year. But my point is that the hate is starting to really hurt him. And he's really falling in drafts. Can he bounce back? But I can also see him bouncing back as a first rounder. So I'm not going to take him as a first rounder. But again, this is a guy I'm going to keep my eye on that I could feel like I'm going to snatch up and own in a lot of leagues just because everyone else hates him.
Yeah, so funny story about C.J. Anderson. He was actually on one of my teams a couple of years ago when he broke out. I dropped him mid-season because he ended up on the practice squad. And 2 weeks later, he was this running back that everyone wanted to grab a hold of. Here's the problem with C.J. Anderson. I feel like that's his career. He's either on the fucking practice squad or he's the number 1 stud running back.
I see that, yeah.
There's no.
You have to ride those waves.
I have no idea. I mean, for example, within 2 different weeks last year, we have a 2.7 point performance.
Yes.
Actually, you know what? I've got an even better comparison. Against New England, 27.3 points.
Nice.
The very next week, 5.4.
Yeah, you're going to have to ride those waves with him. And he's going to piss you off.
I'm not willing to do that because you're going to have to jump early.
But you want those 27 points, though.
Yeah, I would love those 27 points.
Right now, he's going in the 4th round.
But you know what I would love more than 27
do you
points?
really? You don't want C.J. Anderson in before the 4th round? This is a guy who has been and easily can be another first rounder. Now, Peyton Manning fucked him last year.
I take him in the 3rd.
Can he bounce back? Yeah, and that's my point. Like, it's very difficult.
But I
to rank.
won't want him in the 3rd because someone's going to take him in the 2nd.
And I agree.
And that's why we're having this conversation.
It's almost like he's perfect for this list. Hitler.
Oh my God.
Who's your number 8?
Des Bryant.
Interesting.
What are we gonna? Are we gonna?
Hard to draft. Hard
are we gonna
rank,
get
huh?
2015 Des Bryant?
I mean,
or
that injury.
2014.
Coming off that injury with that foot, it is difficult. Is he going to be a top 5 or not?
Yeah, I mean, I think Des Bryant's one of those guys that I think is a top 3 talent. I've almost given up hope that that's where he will finish this year. I almost expect the Cowboys to take it easy on him. I don't know that he'll run as many routes. I don't know if he'll be in on as many blocking plays and all that BS. Which, by the way, he's actually come around in his career to be a great blocker.
Well, it's gonna be difficult for him to run around so much with his pants around his feet. Like if he's trying to, you can only get 6 inches at a time with his underwear hanging off his giant ball sack.
Is this your mall joke again?
Yes,
from when he was like a
classic.
rookie?
Hey, the classics never die.
Okay.
Number 7.
Yeah, let's move on. Number 7, I think you might actually like this one. Doug Baldwin.
Doug Baldwin going in the 4th round as the 20th wide receiver.
But you know what's weird? He finished as the number 7 overall last year.
That's because it was all those last 5 games.
But
he had 9 touchdowns in his last 5 games, something ridiculous. I mean, that's an exaggeration, but not by that much.
No, exactly. But the problem is, how do you rank it, guy? Do you want to rank it? Because there are consistency rankings out there, which I really like. The only problem is, if you go by solely consistency rankings, you're missing out on the players who could win you a week.
Is he a flash-in-the-pan player or not?
Doug Baldwin will never win you a week on his own.
I don't know about that. I think the
I
thing
think
about Doug Baldwin.
What I meant to say was in reverse, actually. Doug Baldwin will win a week for you, but I don't know that Doug Baldwin
will lose you the next.
He will lose you the season. He'll win you a week. He won't win you a season.
Okay, number 7.
That was my number 7.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So
what was 8?
Des Bryant.
Shit.
But I mean, who's counting, right?
My number
Marshmallow,
8.
Let's hear your number 8. Is this a number 8A or 8B?
Nope, this is pure 8, but it's going to be a name you've heard before.
I want to throw my beer in your face.
Delaney Walker.
Why? Who gives a shit?
He is currently going as the number 3 or 4 tight end. Where is he? He is the number 4 tight end going in the 5th round.
Okay.
He is definitely the 4th best tight end. But the 5th round seems to be way too high. But if you asked me at what point when I pull the trigger on Delaney Walker, I have no answer for you. I feel like I want to take the 4th best tight end in the 9th round, and that's retarded. So at what point are you getting good value from Delaney Walker? At what point should you pull the trigger? I have no idea what to tell you. He is definitely the 4th best tight end in my book. But the point is, I can see him going within 5 rounds.
Yeah, but
that's why he's difficult to rank.
Yeah, but I just
At
don't
what point
care.
should you do it?
I just don't care.
What do you mean you don't care?
Whatever. If he goes off the board, I'm not gonna.
When are you
I'm not gonna sit here and rank him on my
Are you going to take
tough to rank system because it's Delaney Walker and he's a tight end? Because I don't give a shit. Because there's Tyler Eifert, there's Zach Ertz, Antonio Gates.
So that is my point. You don't want to take him
shit.
until super late. You feel like somebody else is going to take
Yeah,
him. But at what point taking the 4th tight end good value?
Why would I?
Is there an
literally
answer
at
for
all?
that?
At all? Why would I even come close?
It is very difficult. 7.
Why are you wasting my time?
Randall Cobb.
I actually like that. I actually think you bring up some good points.
I haven't even brought up any points yet, and you're already agreeing with me. It's amazing. What can he do this year? He shat the fucking bed last year.
Is that because of
And yeah, he's going to go... Where is he going these days? He's going to be going as in the 4th round as a top 2 as a number 2 wide receiver. That seems way low. Okay, standard Randall Cobb. If Jordy Nelson is healthy and Randall Cobb is good, I have zero chance that Randall Cobb is not going to perform higher than that. I think the hate's gone too far. But man, he did so bad last year. Where the hell do you pull the trigger on him? Is he the 17th best wide receiver? Is he the 14th best wide receiver? Is he a number 1? I have no idea.
All right. His best game of the season last year. 28.3 points.
His last year's stats are meaningless without Jordy.
Worst game of the year last year, 1.7 points.
There's just no telling.
No, there's a little bit to read into there.
So
he's not a sustainable talent because he's going to be a career number 2.
Okay.
And without a number 1.
But is he a late number 2 as the number 23 wide receiver, or is he the 13th best wide receiver? Because that's the difference between 2 rounds.
He's right in the middle.
Yeah. Okay.
I think he's your number 2 wide receiver.
All right. Who's your number 6?
Number 6. Let me check out my little list here. You might like this one too. Amari Cooper.
Ooh.
Really? Is he a number 25 wide receiver? Because he was not drafted that way last year. Because that's where he finished. He finished as the number 25 overall wide receiver.
I think he's going a lot higher this year, isn't he not? He's going as the number 14th wide receiver.
But why?
Everyone seems to be really buying into that Raiders offense and Derek Carr, and they think they're all going to step up their game. And he's got mad talent.
Yeah, he does. But Michael Crabtree finished as number 20 overall.
And so where's Crabtree going to go? Yeah, I agree. I mean,
so where's they going to go? Are they going to flip
flop? I feel like people have got his ceiling a little too high on him. I think people are seeing, yes, he could very easily be like the number 12 wide receiver next year. But I think that's his best case scenario. So why would you take him 14th?
Right.
Like I don't feel like people. But again, it's gonna be very hard for me to pass up on him in a draft.
Yeah, because the talent's there. I think there is more upside than number 12.
Oh, interesting.
I could easily see him finishing.
I think he's actually pretty accurately ranked. That's probably about where I would take him.
But I struggle with that.
You want to take him that much higher?
No, No, I actually don't because I like the talent. I like the offense, actually. What I don't like is that Michael Crabtree finished 5 spots higher than he did last year. That's not too big of a deal. The bigger deal to me is that we're still talking about Amari Cooper being a lower, technically, than number 2 wide receiver last year, and all of a sudden he's going to be a solid number 1? Yeah, I don't know. Especially because he's going to be splitting touches with Crabtree.
Let me ask you this question.
Please don't.
Amari Cooper or Sammy Watkins? I feel like they're very similar.
And they're similar.
And I don't even think they're that similarly talented. Sammy Watkins currently going as the 12th wide receiver, and Amari is 14. And when it comes to that decision of which one to take, which one are you going to fall with?
The one that you don't take before me? Where are you going on this?
I'd probably go Amari Cooper.
Shit.
But I'm going to hate it.
Okay, well, we can't do a let it ride because that would have been my direction.
Yes. But that's my point of it. Like,
but it's a discussion point.
He's the guy you're always going to win a lot of those head-to-head matchups, but is it therefore going to end up way too high? I don't think enough Derek Carr is being built into his ranking.
That's probably true, but truthfully,
who's your number 5?
Cinco. We're not even on Cinco.
I thought we just did 6.
No.
What the hell?
We didn't. Maybe.
Yes, we did.
Maybe. Wait, maybe we did.
You're drunk.
Yeah, we did. Because Eddie Lacy's my number 5.
Interesting.
Yeah.
He almost made my list. So it's interesting how different our lists are, even though we both agreed with our list.
Yeah. So Eddie Lacy, I just don't know.
Late
what
second rounder.
Do. Yeah. I mean, I feel like if you would have told me that last year, I'd have been like, oh my God,
yes.
Eddie Lacy. Now I'm thinking, what am I going to do if Eddie Lacy makes it to me in the late second? Am I going to grab that net and catch that beautiful butterfly? I don't know.
So he's still going as a number 1 running back, even though he's going at the end of the second.
Correct.
And that goes kind of with I disagree with
lots
a lot
of wide
ESPNs.
receivers in the top 2 range.
I like him much higher than that. However, I can't argue with him probably close to there at running back. I like him more than Mark Ingram. I like him more than Lamar Miller. But I still have him as like the number 8 running back. But to me, that's early second, not late second.
Well, that's why
therefore that's why he didn't make my list, because I was able to rank him.
That's why he's on my list. So it's your turn now. Give me your 6 and 5.
Number 6.
Mm-hmm.
He was probably the fantasy MVP last year.
Debatable.
Devonta Freeman.
Yeah. What are we gonna do with that guy?
He did amazing last year based on his draft stats. He said Tevin Coleman suck my dick.
Mm-hmm.
And is currently ranked as a first rounder, the number 6 running back. And this is Devonta Freeman, the Devonta Freeman we know very well. Are we going to rank him based on what he did last year? In a limited basis with a shit ton of receiving yards that may not be repeatable, or are we going to draft him as the Devonta Freeman that we know from his previous years and think that he is simply a replacement guy? I refuse to believe he is a first rounder, but man, I don't know where to take him. At what point do I pull the trigger on him? Very difficult. I'm going to let everyone, I think I'm just going to succumb to, I'm going to let someone else draft him because I have no idea where I'm going to, me personally, take him should he fall.
So, you know what kills him moving forward into this year? Weeks 11 through 14 of last year.
He's terrible.
He was, but he picked it up weeks 15, 16, 17. He ended up...
Fantasy playoffs? Is that good?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Thing. Yeah. So he ended up finishing... Not great. Not great, mind you. But he ended up finishing with 16.1, 15, and 13.4.
Yeah.
Nothing
amazing,
nothing
but solid.
Like the 37.3 points or the 32.
He had so many of those receiving yard games where he had like 100 receiving and a touchdown.
But it's not too terrible as far as consistency goes. It's not something I would argue with.
But do you have an accurate ranking for him?
I think I would be willing to jump on him.
Really?
Middle second round.
Middle second, even though he's going late first.
Right.
Interesting. Okay, well,
who's your next guy on your list?
Number 5, my boy, the mother of dragons, Demaryius Thomas. This guy's got so much talent, and even with Peyton Manning and other shitty quarterbacks like Jay Cutler in the past, this guy is extremely consistent. He had like 2 touchdowns all of last year. 2. Demaryius Thomas had 2 touchdowns. He should have had 12. And was still an amazing wide receiver last year. He definitely did not outperform his draft stock, but he didn't really piss you off because he still ended up as a number 1 wide receiver. He should end up as a top 5 wide receiver. So I still really like Demaryius Thomas this year, but this is a guy going around Amari Cooper, like middle of the 3rd. He's going as the number 15 wide receiver. Demaryius Thomas is not a number 1. That's fucking insane. I still have Demaryius Thomas as a number 1 wide receiver, but when do I pull the trigger? I have no idea. I just do not see myself doing it while I say that.
I mean,
this is the mother of dragons, Demaryius Thomas.
Yeah.
First of his name.
Yeah, no, I agree with all the points you made there, and I don't think there's any way to accurately put him in that same position he's been in previously. With
he's going to be number 1, but he's not going to be drafted as such. And even though I say that, I'm not going to draft him as such.
Well, look, I mean, the comparison of throwing in that current situation with how well he did with Tebow.
Yes.
I mean, you could
still put up stats.
Yeah.
I can only see him getting getting the same amount of yards as he did last year, with even more touchdowns, even with someone like Mark Sanchez, which will just instantly raise his draft stock.
I mean, honestly, though, with the way Peyton played in several games last year, might be an improvement.
That's my point. Therefore, everyone's drafting him as a number 15, but he should go higher. But how much higher, I don't know. Who's going to be the guy to take him that much higher?
Bear me dose.
That's insane. All right, so here we go. File 4. Hitler. Who's your 4 and 3?
4 and 3. Well, this one, I struggle because I was high on him one year, not high on him the next, and I was wrong in both. Bortle Power.
Ah.
Yeah. He finished as number 4 quarterback last year.
Yeah, Blake
Didn't even know that.
Himself. Yeah.
Didn't even know because he was so off my radar.
He threw so much last year. So that London game, was it against Buffalo?
Mm-hmm.
Where he put up like 300 yards in the 4th quarter or something crazy like that.
Something stupid. Yeah, I have no idea where.
I don't disagree with you. Same thing. I don't think I'll draft him no matter where he goes. I'm just going to let someone else take him because I have no idea where I pull the trigger on him.
Mm-hmm.
I think he had his career year last year, though. I will say that.
I don't know. I mean, he profiles as a
I do not think he'll have. I think I will actually say he'll have less yards, less touchdowns, and less completions than he did last year. All 3.
So can I let it ride on one of those categories being higher? No, I'm just saying 1. I'm not going to specify. Okay. I'm just going to say 1. If you're willing to say,
I say he had such an amazing season last year, and I think he'll still be good this year. Mm-hmm. But last year was such a flash in the pan craziness. No one expected it. I think they brought in Chris Ivory, and they're going to run the ball a little bit more. I think they brought in a defense to control the ball clock a little bit more.
The ball clock?
The ball clock. Yeah. Have you never had a ball clock?
I mean, there's a ball clock when me and my girl
No, a ball cock.
A ball cock?
Yeah.
Not familiar.
Man, see, you gotta join a fraternity, man. You gotta learn this shit. This is like fucking like handy knowledge to have.
Okay.
But, yes, I will definitely let it ride that he does not have one of those top 3. He does not have any of those, and I will let you have any one of those.
Perfect.
Let it ride, please!
All right, let it ride. Let it ride.
All right.
Moving on
3.
to my number 3. Brandon Marshall?
Interesting.
Really?
I'm just more interested in the fact that how different our lists are.
I
thought we would have more overlap. Go ahead. Number 3, Brandon Marshall.
Really
Why can't you rank him?
Because is he the number 3 wide receiver?
No.
Because that's where he finished last year.
Well, he's not going to get drafted this year.
No. That's the confusing part is what will make me change?
He's going as the number.
About Brandon
he's
Marshall
going late second, number 9.
Right.
I believe last year he was drafted as like a number 23.
He was. I actually had him on one of my teams last year, and I was very.
I
happy.
liked him. I didn't get him in a single league, even though as much as I liked him.
Yeah, big fan of when I had him on my team.
So where would you draft him? You have no idea?
I don't. That's why he's on my list.
That,
where
that,
I don't
that makes
know where
sense.
the fuck to rank him, dumbass.
Okay, well, I kind of like his ranking. I think he's a late number 1. I think he's the 9th best wide receiver.
Okay.
I kind of disagree with you on this. I think he's accurately ranked. Now, that is also dependent on Ryan Fitzpatrick. With Geno Smith throwing the ball to him, he's going to plummet hard.
One of the other reasons he's on the list.
But Brandon Marshall is also one of the most consistent guys like Demaryius Thomas, that no matter what, he's going to put up some stats.
Statistically, throughout his career, yes, but
He did have a shit ton of touchdowns last year.
yes. Which I don't think those will be
I think he had like
duplicated.
14 touchdowns.
I believe he had 14. I'm not positive, but I think it was somewhere around 14. I just don't know. Number one, if Fitzpatrick comes back, are him and Decker going to be the same guy?
I think he's going to end up with 9 touchdowns, and therefore will be that much worse, and that's why I like him as number 9.
There's some
Number
direction
4 for me. Well, thank you for asking, Hitler.
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
Jamal Charles.
Ooh, interesting.
Coming off that injury, that new science, we have the money, we can rebuild him. I'm not sure where to rank him. I think he can be a top 5 running back this year, but god damn it, I'm not going to own him because I just don't want any part of him. I have zero faith in Jamal Charles, and he's going to end up biting me in the ass. Jamal Charles is the guy I'm going to be against in leagues, and he's going to kick my ass, and I'm going to be super pissed off about it because I'm not going to own him in any league. I have no idea where to draft him. Is he top 5, top 10? Where is he going right now? Jamal Charles is currently ranked as in the 3rd fucking round is running back 12. Even I think that's low, but at the same time, shit, I don't see myself drafting because I just have zero faith.
Yeah, I struggle with him too. So you're not wrong for putting him on your list. It's just one of those things. The big thing about this time, because he's already torn his ACL before, right? So everyone's going, well, he kind of knows the process. Maybe that'll make him come back even better, stronger, faster, yada, yada. He's got 2 pretty solid backups behind him.
Yes.
I don't see
Who's the second?
any hesitation to go back and find somebody to pick up his pace.
Well, let me ask you this
I'm
question.
blanking on the other guy. Obviously, it's Wes,
Charizard.
right? And then there's the other guy with a really short last name. And man, what a great analysis this is.
So, Jamal Charles or Eddie Lacy?
I like Eddie Lacy, actually.
I think I do too, and I'm probably going to be
But
wrong.
I don't want to.
But I'm probably going to be wrong.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Those
like
are the
Eddie
2
Lacy
guys
more.
going the late first. They're actually going
You know
late
why,
second
though?
as a number 1 running back.
Do you know why we're both feeling that way? It's because our hesitation with Jamal Charles is injury related.
Recency bias.
Eddie Lacy is
Yeah.
fatness related.
Well, doing that P90X, just like me, and look what it's done wonders for me.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
You drink a lot more beer these days. So.
Well, I have just so many calories to burn.
Yeah.
All right, so where are we at?
I mean, it's your list. I'm just living in it.
That was my number 4. Number 3, someone we've already talked about before because he was on your list, but much higher. For me, Doug Baldwin. Number 3 for me because I fucking have no idea. I was the ultimate pessimist with Doug Baldwin. He had like 3 amazing games, and I go, bullshit. And then he goes and has a 4th amazing game. He's playing from the slot. I do expect more from the Seattle offense this year. I think they really figured some shit out. I think they're going to be actually very fucking good. I think Doug Baldwin's going to be very fucking good. But at the same time, I feel like he's going to be one of those guys that's going to score 20 points or 2 points. I don't know.
Spencer Ware is the other backup for Jamal Charles.
Very good. Doug, so yeah, what kind of picking back what you said off Doug Baldwin earlier is just, I have no idea. I feel like I'm going to really like him, but I feel like someone's going to overdraft him. Should he fall though? Like, at what point do I take him in the third? Do I take him in the fourth? Where's Doug Baldwin going currently? Doug Baldwin's going early fourth.
Mm-hmm.
Hard for me.
If he produces,
I don't want to take him in the third. I don't want to take him in the fourth. But
if he's last year's Doug Baldwin,
he's the perfect guy that at the end of the season next year, I'm going to look at the back of the draft and kick myself. Like, why the fuck did I take Doug Baldwin in the fourth?
Right.
But I can't. I can't do it. I just can't. This is a certain position. This is an offense. Doug Baldwin's been around for quite some time. It's kind of the Devontae Freeman thing. If I feel like I already know him, and I know that he's a flash in the pan.
Mm-hmm.
All right, top 2, Hitler.
Let's hear it.
Number two, Dose, the big old shit.
I think this guy will end up on your list in the top 2 as well.
Okay.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Interesting.
David Johnson.
Interesting. Not in my top 2, but I really like the pick.
Oh man, sorry.
No, that's the type of quality our fans come to listen to.
I mean, that's why they're here.
I mean, David Johnson was amazing at the very back half. This is a guy that had like 4 amazing games, very Doug Baldwin-ish. Mm-hmm. Trying to extrapolate what that could mean for an entire season. His best case scenario
probably on a really good team.
Best case scenario is a top 5 guy. Worst case scenario, he's freaking Andre Ellington.
Top 20?
Huh?
Could you see him being out of the top 20?
Out of? No.
But I think I'm looking at him.
But if you're taking him where he's kind of going right now in the first round, he better be goddamn top 5.
Yeah. So
it's all upside for him.
Look at this. Because I pull up this on
his receiving yards are amazing.
He scored 40.9 points against Philly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was an amazing game.
Yeah. It's just brutal.
That's because he ran
other than that, very inconsistent.
Well,
a lot of games with less than 5
that's Arizona
points.
itself. They will not commit to a guy, Chris Johnson, Andre Ellington, David Johnson, who was kind of a rookie last year, where how many carries is he going to get a game? It's very hard to prognosticate. I agree. David Johnson is super talented and very easily could be a top 5 guy.
Right.
But he's, again, I'm
I'm
probably not going to own him.
No, I definitely won't. Not unless, he's
Where
going in the
can
first
he
round.
fall that I would pull the trigger on?
He's going in the first round?
David Johnson is currently going as the 9th overall, number 5 running back.
9th overall?
Yes.
I'd be willing to take him late second, early third.
That late. See, I would probably take him I would take him earlier than that.
But
he's not going to be there.
Yeah, he's not going to do it.
Yeah.
So
I don't know what to think about him.
So moving on.
Your number 1.
DeMarco Murray?
Wow. Good pick, not in my top 2.
I keep getting really... I've done a handful of mock drafts already. It may come as a surprise to some people that it's mid-July and I've done a few. I get really excited when DeMarco Murray is on my board after the second round, and then I remember, oh shit, he was god-awful last year.
And on Tennessee now.
With
a terrible offensive line.
Right. Now, am I mistaken? They made some improvements.
It is. I think the thing with him is the veneer of his name. DeMarco fucking Murray carries with it some weight based on 2014 DeMarco Murray.
Right.
And even though he shot the bed a little bit last year, people were like, still want to hope on him. He's currently going in the 6th round as the number 24 running back, a number 2, but late. And it's very difficult to not want to buy into that and be like, ooh, I like the upside of DeMarco Murray there. Right. But he could also fucking be awful next year.
Yeah. My question is he going to be the number 18 running back like we saw last year, or is he going to be the number 1?
So let me ask this. I'm not going to make you put anything on the board or nothing. Mm-hmm. But he is currently going in ESPN at the top, the giant number of running backs. Mm-hmm. You tell me, are any of these other running backs you like more than DeMarco?
Okay, let's hear it.
Matt Jones.
No.
Justin Forsett.
No.
TJ Yeldon.
Maybe.
Melvin Gordon.
No.
Duke Johnson.
maybe.
And that's it.
Yeah, so I
You
think
do like him more than all those guys.
Pretty much I like him.
Okay,
more
let's go a little bit higher now. Jeremy Langford.
I like Jeremy Langford more.
Ryan Matthews, his old teammate.
I like Ryan Matthews.
And
more.
Latavius Murray.
I like Murray.
So
more.
it sounds like he's pretty easy for you to
Latavius
rank.
Murray more.
Because he sounds like he's going as the number 24 for you.
Well, maybe I just don't like the fact that he's going.
You want to hope.
I'm just very confused as to why I wouldn't take him in the second because of recency bias, like you mentioned earlier.
Yes.
Well,
the problem is in the second, it's the guys like Mark Ingram and Thomas Rawls.
Right.
Players you're probably taking over him.
Yeah. Well, here's the other problem.
Maybe I just solved your problem there, Hitler.
Maybe here's the other problem too. I don't know what to think of Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
Did they draft Derrick Henry to be their guy?
Nah. He's the new. What's his name? God damn it! Who's the guy from USC that fucking just drank tequila all the time? He was behind Chris Johnson all those years. Our listeners know, and I don't.
I don't even know.
He got a shit ton of touchdowns on very little yards. Lindell White.
Oh, yeah.
Who's the new Lindell White?
Yeah. Well, I don't know that that's necessarily true.
I think that's exactly what he's going to be.
I think he's a super physical running back. And
I just don't see. I don't see him getting. What percentage of carries do you think he's going to get? Is he going to get even 40? If that?
I would.
Which is why I think DeMarco Murray should go higher.
I'd put it at 30%.
So if DeMarco Murray gets 70 behind that shitty offense, what does that equal out to?
Yeah, I mean that's the question. That's why.
But we said that about Bishop Sankey too.
Yeah, but that's why we don't get paid to do this.
Nope, we do this out of the love of our hearts for our God Satan. Number 2.
Don't agree with that.
For me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised it was not on your list.
All right, let's hear it.
Jordy Nelson.
It's a big question mark.
Huge question mark. He is currently going as the scrolling number 8 wide receiver in the middle of the second. I think that has a shit ton of hope built into it.
Mm-hmm.
That ACL injury in the past has been awful until Adrian Peterson.
Mm-hmm.
No telling what he's going to do next year.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that is way too high. But goddamn it, he's probably going to be fucking amazing again next year. I have no idea. I don't know. Again, it's the same issue over again. I just do not know when to pull the trigger. I don't like him there, but at the same time, I can't place him anywhere else.
Do you feel like
he's almost like there by default?
Do you feel like because Jordy Nelson's a white wide receiver, do you feel like he's an underdog?
He's a real gym rat.
Is that what they call a white wide receiver?
Yes. I do like Jordy Nelson simply for the fact that he's not black. And then that's nothing. I'm not saying white people are better than black people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying black people are worse than white people.
Okay, that's incredibly racist.
No, that's not racist. I just said white people are not better than black people. I'm just saying black people are worse than white people.
Let's move on to your number 1.
And my number 1, and again, I cannot believe it was not on your list. He's by far the number 1 toughest to rank. I've asked so many different people, where do you place this guy? Some have him as number 1 overall. Some people have him as a top 5. Some people have him in the 3rd round. That is the biggest fantasy rookie in the last 10 years in my limited history, Zeke Elliott. Where the fuck do you pull the trigger on the rookie?
I actually disagree with you.
You like his ranking.
I think he's a solid mid to late round first.
So he's going as the number 4 running back at 8th overall.
Yeah. I
feel like that's way fucking high. I don't want to take him, but at the same time, I don't fucking not mad at you if you want to. My point is I can see myself in mock drafts. At what point do I want to pull the trigger on Zeke? Let's say he does start to fall. At what point do I snatch him up? I have no idea. I don't know how many carries he's going to get. Is he going to get 3rd down? Is he going to play in the first game? Is he going to do anything? How many carries? How about this? Over under 250 touches for Ezekiel Elliott next year.
Over 250?
Yeah. Because he has to have more than that to be ranked this high. But as a rookie, that seems to be ridiculously high for a team with Alfred Morris and busted elbow himself.
Run DMC.
Run DMC.
That's what I always call him because I always forget that his name is Darren McFadden.
Me too.
Because I always want to call him DeMarco Murray.
Me too. So my point is that seems ridiculously high.
No,
but I can't fault against it.
250 touches sounds right about the area that I think he'll end up. I do think he's going to split some carries with Alfred Morris. You and I have a let it ride.
My thing is more
on Run DMC.
I think he will get 250 carries, but it won't be in 16 games. It's going to be in 11 games, which is going to make him fucking amazing in those 11 games. You just don't want to own him and to be starting him the other 5. Do you see my point?
Yeah. So
he's not going to play week
saying,
1. He's going to play limited week 2. He's going to have a good game week 3. He's going to have a shitty game week 4.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. You're thinking
he's the guy to trade for
6 times in week 3. And
yes, he's the guy that you want to own in the second half of the season, in my opinion. Yeah. And I don't want to pay first round cost for the guy that I can't even trust to start week 1.
I mean, that's why you set up drafts to be as late as possible. Just ACL tears, dumb bullshit depth chart stuff. That's just the way it is. I like where he's ranked because I feel like that's the player he can be or will be. I agree with you to a certain extent if you're skeptical, but I just disagree in the point of I think he's accurately ranked with what I think will happen. Maybe I know a little bit more about the Cowboys offense than you do. Possibly.
Impossible. I know everything.
Okay. Who's the number 3 running back?
Behind the Cowboys?
Yeah.
It would be Alfred Morris.
Not after they trade Run DMC. Trick question. Who's the number 4 running back right now?
I got you, Hitler. I got you. Dunbar.
Yeah, it is. It's Lance Dunbar. No, so I actually think he'll be a viable number 1 running back. I think he may finish.
But is the number top 5?
No, I think he will finish as the number 5 overall running back.
Okay.
I could easily see him finishing.
You're gonna have to ride that hurricane those first couple weeks and not panic.
Yeah, that's just part of it.
Yeah.
I think you know what you're getting yourself.
I'm gonna make 1,000 trade offers for him week 4.
Yeah. Okay.
And hope in every single league I'm in, and hope
you're
I find
1,000 leagues.
Yes.
Wow.
Well, no, that's ridiculous. I'm in 999, but I'm gonna try to find one fucking owner that is gonna panic and I advise everyone else to do that because that's exactly what's gonna fucking happen. All right. Well. I think that's about it for us to. What the fuck was? God damn it again!
Dude, I don't even want to. Will you go at the door, please?
All right. Well, hold on 1 second. What?
Oh.
My God.
Oh. Hey, Coach. Hey, totally unexpected. We're live right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Bill Belichick.
We are live right now. Coach.
Please take a seat. Take my seat.
Yeah, you know what? Let me just get the
door. Coffee? You want coffee? I'm gonna run and get you coffee.
You know what? Coffee or what do you think? What do you think? Maybe a beer?
Oh fuck yeah! Give me a fucking beer.
Yeah, just you know what?
Fucking queer. I don't fucking want a fucking beer. How about a fucking shot and a fucking chaser?
Oh, hey, you know what? Beer's what we've got right now because Marshmallow actually drank all of the Fireball.
Oh, fuck that fucking faggot.
Yeah, well, so that's what happened here. Pleasure to have you here. How do you like our new studio?
It's a fucking wonderful fucking studio. I fucking walk in, I got a fucking massive erection, my fucking pal.
Yeah, I bet you did. I noticed, actually, so you actually have sleeves on that hoodie, but is there another hoodie under that hoodie?
I fucking always have a fucking sleeveless hoodie. I get fucking wicked fucking hot, my fucking friend. And I have to fucking rip them fucking bitches off so I can keep nice and fucking cool.
Right, well, on our last podcast, we talked about Tom Brady's suspension. Tom's gonna go ahead.
Price
and
him.
Yeah. So let's
Mother
talk
Teresa,
about,
motherfucker, all the lords.
So is it Johnny Garpolo? What is Johnny all about? What are we gonna do?
My fucking boy Johnny G's gonna fucking tear this fucking motherfucking shit up, my fucking friend.
Okay.
He is gonna fucking hit that shit like it's a fucking chowder.
Okay. So what should we expect out of Gronk then? In week
That's
1
a
through 4?
fucking amazing question. That's why I fucking come on this fucking show. No one ever asked me about fucking Gronk, my fucking boy. This is my fucking motherfucking friend. I am a godfather to this motherfucking son. Gronk is my number one guy. I fucking love this son of a bitch. Now I know fucking Fairy, but this fucking guy is gonna go out and score a wicked fucking ton of points, my friend.
That's awesome, but we're glad to hear it. But with that said, there's another guy we want to talk to you about because there's some injury concerns moving into this year with Dion Lewis. You have not necessarily been a guy to hand the rock to one single person, but Dion Lewis. What do you think about him this year?
Fuck Dion Lewis, my friend.
Jesus Christ.
Dion Lewis
fucking a
is a fucking nigga son of a bitch. Yeah. Gronk, Brady, Endelman, what do they have in fucking common? One fucking guess. Dion Lewis, nope. Fuck that guy. I'm going to give him the rock. But the motherfucking minute he wants to fucking fumble or fucking tiptoe out of the fucking bounds like a fucking queer is the minute he gets fucking benched.
Coach.
And that's coming from me, Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick, coach of the New England fucking Patriots, is calling Dion Lewis a fucking nigga.
Christ, Coach.
I'm a man of my motherfucking wood.
That's coming in strong. Those are some strong words, Coach. I don't know if you fully understand the implications from what you're saying now. But we've talked about Gronk. We've talked about Dion Lewis. We've talked about Tom Brady. What are your predictions for the Patriots this season? Super Bowl? Wild card?
Well, of course, we're the fucking best team. You best goddamn your motherfucking heart. You go fucking tell your mother to fucking bet her fucking pension on the motherfucking New England Patriots, my friend. These people, we are going to go all the fucking way. Here's what's going to happen. In the fucking Super Bowl, we're not going to pull one of those stupid dumb shits like the fucking Seahawks. And we're going to fucking fourth quarter Super Bowl, down by 6, hand the rock off to my man Dion Lewis, who's going to run right in for the fucking touchdown, and then is going to immediately be shot by the Minutemen on the sideline with their fucking muskets because he looked really fucking threatening. And frankly, I don't fucking blame him.
Okay, Coach.
Super Bowl winners, Dion Lewis dead, win-win.
Coach, at this point in the interview, that's where we're usually going to ask you to go ahead and pass off the reins to Mark.
Gotta go!
Flap,
flap, flap, flap, flap, flap.
Perfect. Thanks, Coach. See you next time. Good God, Marshmallow. You didn't help me out at all with that.
I brought him his coffee. Where did he not want coffee?
He popped that.
God
beer.
damn it! You couldn't stall.
I couldn't. He was dropping in-bombs left and right.
Oh, Jesus Christ! I guess I'll just drink the coffee myself.
Yeah, well, I mean, he left that for you, I think. So, good God. All right. Well,
I hope it sounds like it went very well.
Well, it didn't. It didn't at all. So, I think we've covered our top 10. Tough to rank, both of us.
Did you ask him about Dion Lewis?
I did.
Okay, I'll make sure I listen in.
He had some strong feelings.
Ooh, that sounds exciting.
Yeah, it was a
real tease.
It was a little rough at times. Yeah, so for both of you listeners at home, Marshmallow, you got something to say?
Go fuck yourself.